So for those of you watching the replay, welcome. Hope you're having a beautiful day whenever you're watching this. I know life happens a lot and things happen specifically with children and work and all the things. So hopefully you get some time to watch this before the new year. And yeah, let's get started. So my name's Nicole Obenshine or Nicole Harlow, depending on where you know me from, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. Facebook won't let me change my name for some reason. But I am the founder of the Womb Light modality. I'm a mama of two. I currently have my third within me right now. She's coming in March, so I'm really excited for her arrival. I started Womb Light after the birth of my second son in 2020. It was something I was just using personally for clients of my own, and then began sharing it with the doula, birth worker, womb, mother, woman-centered community. And now we have over 115 practitioners in 6 countries. United States, Canada, UK, Germany, and Australia, and Malaysia. So it's really cool that something that I was just using sporadically on some of the clients that I had now is being impacted for moms and women all over the world. And that's really where my passion and my mission comes from, is to be able to really raise the community of all women and show them the power that they have within themselves, and the capabilities that their body, their mind, their energy can truly tap into once they know about it. Because that's a big problem, is that we were never even taught some of these things, most of these things actually. So I'm going to get into a little bit about the different components of Womb Light, and then we're going to dive into some actual healing work, so you guys can actually experience it, because I think Womb Light is definitely something that needs to be experienced versus just talked about. So there's different components and pillars to Womb Light: cycle sovereignty, energy work, subconscious work, and embodiment. So the cycle sovereignty is that education component that I just mentioned. We as women are not taught that we're cyclical beings. We're not taught about our menstrual cycles and all that's involved in them, other than PMS and bleeding for a week. We're not taught about the connections that we have to nutrition and nourishment and our activity level and interpersonal relationships and all of these other categories of our lives that being a cyclical being affects. We're just expected to be this societal, superwoman, when in actuality that is totally unattainable. The energy work component is a beautiful, grounding, supportive, mother, nurturing energy that we tap into. Comes right from Gaia, Mother Nature. And it focuses on the lower chakras, so from your root to your heart. If you go into a more advanced level called the light leader, we do talk about the mirror chakras and how each of your lower chakras mirrors up to your upper chakras, and it gets a little bit more intricate. The subconscious piece is really diving into those limiting beliefs and every condition that we have been fed in our entire lives, and shifting them and reprogramming them to serve us and allow ourselves to step into that higher power that we have. So we use language and intuitive guidance to do that throughout the sessions. And then finally, bringing it all into our physical body. So the embodiment piece really puts the client and also the practitioner into their body, feeling and exploring sensations, being aware of what comes up, and then also being able to move and manipulate those energies to serve you even even better. We use a lot of breath work, a lot of tapping or EFT, and just movement and shifting and sensory somatic healing into those layers. So the practitioner level of womb light is very focused also on building your intuition, being able to be guided by your own trust and faith in yourself to know what is needed for that client. And a lot of the times you're like, am I just making this up? But no, what you're doing is when you are attuned to this energy, it opens up your intuition even more. And then you start receiving these little feelings and you start understanding when to listen and why it's so important to be guided in that way. There's like I said, a more advanced level, which you could take after, called Light Leader. And that gets a little bit more structured in some of the techniques once you have that foundational understanding of the practice and the components, and once you've had a chance to really find your own groove within it. And now we have 8 master teachers, 7 here in the US and 1 in the UK, that are able to teach classes and train others, attune others to this modality. So for about a year, it was only me doing it. Now I have a team. So it's really exciting that it's expanded. So there's technically 3 levels that you can take on. Additionally, there is a self-healing course. So most of the community and the sisterhood right now is, again, professionals, birth workers, doulas, massage therapists, pelvic floor therapists, all of the above, that work with clients and use these techniques with their clients. But there is a self-healing option as well for women themselves, maybe going through a fertility journey, or a new mom, or someone who's just, really just looking to do this for themselves, called the light activation. So gives them the tools to self-heal and to self-educate, but not practice on others. So that's more of the logistics of womb light. I had a thought in my head and it just popped out where I wanted to go. Of course, the most important thing I like to get across about womb light is it is so crucial to have active participation from the client. So I compare it to a massage or a Reiki session, where you go as a client, you go and the expectation is that you're going to receive healing, right? Whether it be physical, energetic, even therapy, like mental, where the practitioner is the one physically doing the work, or energetically channeling, or your job is to just be there and receive. That's beautiful. Trust me, I will take a massage every single day, but womb light is not that expectation. Womb light engages the client to actively participate in their healing. So everything that is included within the modality focuses on the client's ability to, again, actively participate in the healing. So they're breathing into the energy. They're noticing the sensations of the energy. They're tapping on certain points of their own body. Yes, they're receiving the energy because you're attuned to it. But they're allowing that activation to happen. They're allowing that shift to occur with their subconscious. So the reason being is that it allows for just the results to be exponential, right? If they're not seeking anyone external to actually do anything, if that makes sense, then they have that empowerment, they have that pride, they have that sense of confidence, like, wow, look at what I'm able to do. And specifically in pregnancy and birth and as new mother, it's so important to feel that way, because if you can feel that way about your own healing, then you can feel that way about, raising your family or birthing a human out of your body and all of these things. So that is the biggest, I think, component and what differentiates womb light from your traditional energy work or, any other kind of technique that's out there right now. Any questions before we get into what kind of a session looks like? Okay, cool. If you guys have any questions, you have my contact information, shoot me a DM or an email. Anything that comes up, for sure, I'm available. If you have a specific client that you're like, wow, this could be really cool with her, but I don't know how I would incorporate it, let me know. So that's all the talking I'm going to do. Like I said, it's about experiencing it and feeling it for yourself and your own power that can happen with this modality. So I can talk about it all the time, for hours, and you may not fully understand. So like I mentioned, we are gonna, as a practitioner, you are very guided intuitively to do whatever component feels good for the session, right? So if your client came in, she was very anxious about whatever, maybe you'd start with an embodiment piece to bring her back into her body. And then you would get into more of the, guided meditation and energy piece once she was able to kind of be in that moment. In the opposite, if someone comes to you and is like totally fine, maybe you start there and you just dive into the energy work right away. And then as you're doing it, something comes up and she starts to have a trigger, or something comes where she begins to feel a little out of body or anxious, then you can bring that embodiment piece into it. So it's really cool. There's not a lot of, I compare it to like masculine meditation, masculine energy yoga, masculine Reiki, which is like that very structured, this is how it flows kind of thing. Womb light is very feminine energy focused, obviously. So it's allowed to be free and expansive and different each time. So today, I'm going to just kind of walk you guys through a guided meditation. We're going to ground and get into our bodies. And then maybe we will end with some tapping points, because tapping is a beautiful, really powerful tool that you can take away for yourself and also for any women that you're currently working with as well. All right. Hello, beautiful sisters. I'm so excited today to introduce some of our master teachers, all of which are teaching classes in the winter season, many of which have been with Loom Light since the first or second founding classes. They all have experienced it for themselves, impacted their lives and their families and their journeys with this healing modality. So I'm really excited for them to share their stories with you. Most of you already know mine, so I won't waste your time with that. But if you want to chat with me more, I'm always available as well. So without further ado, let's start learning about our beautiful master teachers. Katie, do you want to get started?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name's Katie Porris. I have been a Reiki master. I think next year will be 8 years, or since I've been doing Reiki. And I was interested in womb light just because I'm on my own fertility journey, and I think it goes hand in hand with the Reiki work that I do. I also do I work with animal totems, and I work with like past life stuff and just focusing on people's journeys in the future. So I really do think that womb light goes hand in hand with my work. I also do some sound healing as well. So I don't know if there's anything else that I should add, but I do have classes coming up January, February, March, of course. So I'm in Indianapolis. Everything will be virtual for now, but maybe sometime soon I might have some in-person stuff coming. So if you have any questions, my website, simpleprismreiki.com, same for Facebook and Instagram as well.
Awesome.
Am I missing anything?
No, the only thing I wanted to add is that Katie is doing a light activation class in January. So if you know anyone who maybe doesn't want to get certified as a practitioner to practice on other women and just more for self-healing, there's an opportunity there. And she's also doing a light leader class, which if you've gone through practitioner level already, I think your light leader class is not till March, correct? So if you enroll for a January or February practitioner certification and want to do light leader, that will be an opportunity there with her. And also I will have everyone's contact information linked below on this recording so that you don't have to remember all of it and write it down. So you'll have all those links as well. All right. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Lindsay, you want to tell us a little bit about your journey?
Hi, everyone. I'm Lindsay Long. I started Tri-State Doulas about a year ago. I've been doing Reiki for about 3 years now. So womb light fell into my lap. I've been seeing Nicole for quite some time. And it just really bridges the gap between my doula business and my Reiki. So I just feel a calling into helping women heal on all levels, whether it's personal growth, spiritual growth, feminine health, just all the above. So I'm just really drawn to, there's so many levels that we need to unpack as women. And so that's just where I feel called to do my help. So, yeah.
Beautiful. And where are you located?
I am South Central Pennsylvania, and I also have a few classes coming up the next couple months. I would love to do in person. I love being in person. So hopefully we can start facilitating some South Central Pennsylvania classes.
Yeah.
I can do Pennsylvania too. So that's tri-state. So, I can travel.
Very cool. Yeah, I think 2022 is definitely going to bring a little bit more in person than we've seen in the last few years. But just for everyone's knowledge, anything that is currently available for January, February, March is all virtual. So you don't have to guess where things are. Everything's virtual. And any local classes that pop up, we'll let you know in addition to those. All right. So Carrie, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey.
Hi, sure. So I'm Carrie. I'm in the UK in Bedfordshire, and I have always been a healer. I do a lot of energy work, and I first got into womb light about a year and a half ago when I was pregnant with my first baby. And I actually took like a session with Nicole, and it just changed my life. It was amazing. It helped me on my pregnancy journey, and then in the 4th trimester as well, I used womb light to work through some things that were going on there, and I just couldn't put it down. And so I've gone from just being a client to being a practitioner, light leader, and now teaching. And it's not just the energy work that really gets me excited. it's the sisterhood of womb light as well. I think that's something that has changed my life in ways I couldn't imagine. And I think because that means so much to me, I'm really looking forward to bringing other people into the sisterhood as well and supporting women, and just growing our whole sisterhood. But as a modality, it is unlike anything else I've ever done, because in the past I've done Reiki and Rahani healing, where you channel energy and you are the person having the treatment is not participating in the treatment, right? But with womb light, we all participate in our own healing. So the power is in the hands of the client, and that's what makes it so powerful. And for me, that's why womb light is so beneficial, because you're not just getting healing, you are growing and developing as a person, you know, and you feel yourself expanding. And I suppose it's the way it's such an empowering modality. That's what I love about it. So I am so excited to start teaching classes in January, and yeah, just can't wait.
Two things. I'm going to cry because reality hit me. And two, I can listen to you all day talk.
Oh,
I could literally listen to you all day. The accent
Oh,
and just your
bless you.
softness and everything. I love it. I love it. Take Carrie's class just to listen to her talk, because I'm just kidding. There's so much goodness there, but all right. Thank you. And Jess, you want to? Oh, Jess is gonna talk. I'm definitely gonna cry. Go ahead. Share your
It'll be
story.
nice for you to cry instead of me this time, right? So, hi, I'm Jessica Taylor. I go by Jess, and I own a business called Conjured Glow Spiritual Consulting, where we do readings and energy work and group courses, one-on-one coaching, kind of all of it in the vein of empowering women. Awakening the sleeping feminine is what's been coming up for me lately. So that's a really cool twist. With womb light specifically, it fell in my lap in the same kind of way. It just kind of was divine timing where posts started popping up, and I was like, hey, this is a good way to help women. And that's what I'm doing. I don't know what it looks like yet, but that's what I'm doing. So I need to be a part of it. And my journey with womb light, I did the same thing. I went through practitioner, light leader, all the way to master, and I've been teaching it to my clients, performing sessions. And my journey is very much trauma based, because I'm done having babies. I'm done with the fertility, and the pregnancy and the postpartum and all that. But I had a really rough go of it with my babies, and healing that trauma has been super, super, super critical to my overall healing. So with so much energy that the womb holds, it's very, it gets down to the core level of a lot of your wounding that you don't even realize that you're holding on to. So that's what I love about it. I love helping women see their beauty and see what kind of queen they're destined to be, right? What kind of goddess they are. And the womb light helps with that. And that's why I love it. Yeah.
Where are you, Jess?
Oh, I'm in Florida. I'm right outside of Tampa. And I also travel back and forth to Virginia. So if there's ever any kind of in-person want in either of those states or anywhere in between, that's doable.
Awesome. Just to notate as well, Jess has a light activation class in February. I'm doing this off the top of my head. And I think a light leader class both in January and March as well. So for any existing practitioners, again, March, or if you already are an existing practitioner, she has one coming up right in January. daytime is more Jess's jam and nighttime is more Katie's jam. So again, something to fit everyone's schedule. And it's really cool. I love like the aha moments that I still get, even a year and a half almost ish into it. Katie, you are on a personal fertility journey. Carrie, your own pregnancy and birth and postpartum journey is what drove you here. Lindsay is a doula who carries women through their journeys. And Jess is that reclamation of women after their journeys and that trauma that you've incurred. So it's literally full circle right here on screen, which is really cool. So you guys, this is why I wanted to get these teachers together and share a little bit about them so that wherever you are in your journey, you can find not just the schedule that fits with you, but the teacher and their journey that aligns with what you're going through or what your clients go through, and what you want to bring to the maternal community, to the womb community, to women everywhere, right? That's the goal, is to rise up together in this sisterhood. So it's really, really cool that like I knew it separately, but like for you guys to all say it in a row right now, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And for you guys who don't know me, I've been through it freaking all, right? I had some fertility struggles. I had some postpartum issues. I've had a really awesome freaking empowered pregnancy and birth since then. But as I go through this journey, I'm uncovering lots of fun wounds that I had in childhood. So a lot of women, right? We all go through so many common experiences. Maybe they look a little bit different, but that is another piece of womb light, is that it's coming together as you are, come as you are, 100%, knowing you want to better your own life, your client's life, your business, and the entire women collective, all around the world, not just maybe in your local market or local community, or your state, but your country. And literally it's not in the confines of anything, right? Moonlight right now, we're in 6 countries. And I know there's more coming because not many maternal systems have their shit together. Scandinavia. I want to go there. Does anyone else want to go there? They seem to have like maternal care on point. We all need to take lessons from them. So anyway, oh, Raina wants to join. I have a queen. I have another queen joining us. My puppy Raina. So I am so excited for winter enrollment to start. And just because we're here, I want to just let everyone know that you can enroll today for a class and you don't have to make a payment until your start date. So secure your spot now. Don't worry about making a payment now that we're into a crazy Christmas time of year. You won't have to make that first payment until your start date. And you will also receive a bonus Reiki 1 certification as well if you enroll for any of our classes during our winter season. If you're already a Reiki practitioner, just let me know. And we have lots of other fun, energetic work that we can extend to you as a bonus as well. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or any of the master teachers that you see here. Again, I will link all of their information below in this video. And I cannot wait for you guys to join us and our beautiful sisterhood in 2022. Right? Bye, guys. You are not driving. If you're driving right now, please do not do this. Just listen. But if you're not driving, go ahead and get comfortable, whether you're seated or laying down, and just make sure your feet are flat on the floor, and your bottom is, fully supported on a chair or the bed so that you feel safe and in a space of support. And I invite you to place a hand on your heart and one hand on your sacral or your womb space, and just begin to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in at your own pace. Just getting in touch with your breath, noticing any sensations that may arise in your body. If there's any areas that feel hot or cold, any tingling or numbing. Just take a moment to get in touch with yourself right now. And on your next inhale, I want you to breathe into the space right beneath your hands. And notice how that feels. If that energy is warm or cool, if it feels heavy and dense or light and flowy, if there's any other physical sensations that you may notice or become aware of. And on your exhales, just allow any heaviness that you may be feeling to be released through your breath. And on your next inhale, I want you to begin to imagine a beautiful, bright colored light. That color can be either red or orange, white or yellow, whatever comes up. Maybe it's a mix. Allow that light to come down from your highest self into your crown. Start flowing down your neck into your shoulders, and down your arms, through your elbows and wrists, into your fingers. Allowing any tension that you may still be holding in your jaw to be released. Flowing down into heart center, feeling your love just expand in all directions as it flows down each and every vertebrae in your back, down into your abdomen, your womb space, and your pelvic floor, into your hips and down your thighs, all the way over your knees into your ankles. And depending on how you're sitting, whether it be from your root or the bottoms of your feet, allow that light to grow these roots, these energetic extensions of your highest self through the floor beneath you, through the building, and into the ground. As you go down, down, down layer by beautiful layer of our beautiful Mother Earth, until you get to her core. And allow yourself to see beautiful, supportive, abundant, swirling energies of reds, oranges, yellows, and golds. And with that light that you brought down, you're able to grab onto that energy and allow it to come back up, 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 into the bottoms of your feet or through your roots, and flow all the way up your legs into the core of your being, your heart center, up to the top of your head. And you feel as these two energies, this bright light that you've called in from your highest self and earth energy merge and ignite within your physical body. And as you do, you feel completely activated by these energies, supported and held in your body, reminding each of you that you have the capability of the Creator. And you are able to activate this light in others when yours is shining bright. So notice now how that energy feels beneath your two hands. Notice any shifts that may have occurred. It got warmer or cooler. If there's any tingling or numbness. If the heaviness dissipated. Just notice the shift. And now I invite you on your next inhale to scan your whole body and notice if you have any dense, stuck heaviness, or any off pieces of yourself. And I invite you to move your hands to those spaces. Anything that may feel discomfort in this moment. As you move your hands to that area, go ahead and breathe in again to that space beneath your hands. And notice how bringing your hands to that area has shifted that energy. Do you feel a lightness or a temperature change? Or any vibrations or tingling occurring? Breathe in and just notice. Give yourself permission to scan your body one more time and change the area that you're focusing on now. Notice any other areas that may need your attention and bring your hands to that space, bringing that beautiful energy with you. And then noticing the shift that occurs. Take a few moments now just to clear out anything that may have came up. Taking deep breaths in and allowing the exhales to act as a full release through your mouth. Or visualizing the energy being pushed out through the bottoms of your feet. And when you are ready, just go ahead and place both of your hands on your womb space. Let's connect into our beautiful creative center. Under your hands lies the power and the light that each woman has to create the life of others, but also create the life that she desires. Once we're able to dive in and remove any shame and guilt and fear that has been built up in our womb space, we unlock the potential for creativity, joy, abundance, sensuality, pleasure, and so much magic. So connecting inward now and feeling the gratitude for the potential that this space in your body has. Sending love and forgiveness for anything she's held on to for way too long. Connecting into permission to release all of those underserving thoughts and emotions and traumas. And feeling gratitude and excitement for the potential to be unlocked and flood in to the rest of your body and into your life. Just breathing there now. Noticing any changes. Some of us hold a lot here, so if you feel the need to, I invite you on your exhale to make a sound, a grunt, a sigh, allowing that energy to be moved even more powerfully. No one can hear you, so let it out. Spend a few more moments here. Feel connected. Feel more ignited and activated than you ever have before. And let's go ahead and anchor these feelings in. So you can keep your hands right where they are and just maybe place one over the other. And choose one of your knuckles now on your fingers. Maybe your ring finger or your middle. Something that isn't often touched. And just decide now which knuckle. Keeping your eyes closed, I'm going to walk you through a little script, and I'm going to instruct you to place some pressure on that knuckle in a certain time, and then release. So just listen to my voice and wait for those instructions. Now, having that knuckle decided, I want you to remember a time where you felt so joyful. Go back to that specific time where you completely leaned into joy and fun and play, smiling on your face, laughing. Go back to that time now and float down into your body. See what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel what you felt when you were totally and completely in joy. Pressing down on that knuckle now. And release. Good. Take a deep breath in and clear your screen, bringing it to white or black. Take a deep breath in. And on that same knuckle, we're going to make this a little bit stronger. So on your next inhale, I want you to remember a time where you were completely in pleasure, physical, mental, or emotional. Go back to a specific time now where you're so in the moment and able to feel pleasure. Go back, float down into your body. Hear what you heard, see what you saw, feel the sensations that you felt when you were completely in pleasure. And hold down on that knuckle now. And release, let go, deep breath in, and clear that screen one more time. Focusing on your breath. Now, imagine a time and go back to a place where you were just in complete ease and flow and alignment in your life. Go back to that specific moment where things just felt so easily and effortlessly, so accepting. Float down into your body. See what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel what you felt when you're so in ease and flow. And press down on that knuckle. Taking a deep breath in, releasing, clearing that screen one more time. Putting a smile on your face as you gently tap on that knuckle as all of those beautiful emotions come rushing back. You now have this tool whenever you are feeling down or disconnected. Just tap on that knuckle and allow yourself to shift into this state of joy and pleasure and ease and flow, completely activated with the light within. Taking a deep breath and really anchoring in all those feelings. Knowing that you just created them within you. And bringing your hands now up to your heart. Holding space for yourself in gratitude and compassion and grace for allowing you to take this time to do the work needed, to allow all these beautiful feelings and emotions to arise. Say thank you to yourself. Say thank you to your body. Thank you to your mind, your conscious, and your subconscious. Thank you to your energy fields that you've tapped into. Thank you to your highest self and also Mother Earth for supporting us each and every day. And as I count from 5 to 1, I want you to gently return back into this physical space. 5, taking a deep breath. 4, maybe wiggling your toes. 3, pressing each fingertip to your thumb. 2, shifting your body in any way that you may need to. 1, gently opening your eyes now, coming back fully into the room. Maybe taking a look around, noticing some objects that you have in your space, bringing yourself back to this moment. Remembering to breathe. Give you guys a few more moments to come back. And let me know in the chat how that felt for you. If there's any powerful shifts or anything that you noticed. Thank you, thank you. As we come back, I just want to dive a little bit into another embodiment piece I mentioned at the beginning, tapping. This tool is so useful in so many ways. Whether, again, for yourself your children, or any clients that you may be working with in any spectrum of womanhood or motherhood, even your partners and spouses. Whew. Sorry, I myself am coming back from that. All right, so tapping. If you guys are experts in tapping, just let me know in the chat. But most of us have a big understanding or no understanding at all of what it is. But you may have heard of it as emotional freedom techniques or EFT or tapping. And what it does is it is derived from an acupuncture practice that uses the meridian systems in the body. And by focusing on specific points in the body, we can actually create a physiological shift in the way our body responds to different emotions. So instead of going into fight or flight, it actually goes into a relaxation response, something that you may be feeling right now after our little meditation. So there is a whole sequence and full-on practice that if you do decide to journey into womb light, you will learn the full practice. But something I just wanted to share with you, because it is a little bit in depth, the full Monty. We'll need a whole workshop for that on its own. Is some tapping hacks. So just a couple points that, even if used independently, can really shift the state of being or the emotions that you're feeling. I'm going to take my glasses off for this because some of them are around the eyes. And for those of you who follow me on Instagram, I actually have a post that has basically cheat sheets of all of these points and what you can release by using them, and also what you can call in. But since you're here, we can actually go through a couple of them. So the first one I want to start with is the top of your head. This point is really good for anything, any over mental chatter, overstimulation, overexcitement, if your mind's racing, if you're just like all out here, right? Coming back to yourself, just taking a couple fingers and tapping on that point for about a minute, maybe 90 seconds, can really bring you back, really bring you into focus and ground and center yourself. So that's a really great point for children who get, those kids that are super overexcited and like don't know what to do with themselves. That's a great point to bring them back to the moment. And then the side of your eye, so really right here in that crease, that's a really good point for any anger, frustration, rage, impatience. Again, when we're working with women, a lot of us are mothers. Our fuses get a little bit shortened after a full day of momming. So this is a really good point to bring us back into just calmness and compassion and understanding and patience. So that side of the eye. And obviously for the top of the head, it's the centered meridian, but the side of the eye could either be one side or the other or both, depending on the intensity or just what feels good to you. And then the next one is under the eye. So this is the point for anxiety, worrying, over concern for things. This under the eye, I use a lot before public speaking events, because that tends to be when my anxiety starts a little bit. Not so much these workshops, but anything that's like very scripted or like a speech that I have to give. This is definitely a point that allows me to come back and just be like, it's all okay. So this is a big one. I use it again for my son who is 4. Sometimes he gets just really emotional. Obviously, toddler stages, temper tantrums. This is a really good point for them. And then finally, and there's other points, I didn't go through all of them, but just kind of, like I said, giving you guys some cheat sheets here, is your collarbone. For women in labor or who's starting that, like those Braxton Hicks contractions or early labor, and it's like maybe their first kid, or maybe they've had a bad experience before and you're about to like embark into the unknown, right? And you have to go into full surrender and trust. Your collarbone is really a great point because it focuses on like general worry and stress, but like also uncertainty. And again, going into that like unknown space, it brings you back into just general calmness, general embodiment, like focus and center right here, surrender, all of that good stuff. So just to recap, top of the head, side of the eye, under the eye, and collarbone. The other points are your eyebrow, under the nose, chin, and under the arm. And like I said, you can check out my Instagram at Womb Light Energy for the full cheat sheet. You can save that post and definitely come back to it at any point. So yeah, we are about 15 minutes to the hour. I wanted to open up for any questions, any comments, if anyone wants to share the experience with us, that you've had throughout this workshop. I love to hear feedback and what things, like I said, me as the facilitator, guide you, hold space for you, but you are the one creating those shifts and having the healing happen to you. So feel free if anyone wants to come back on camera, you're more than welcome to. If not, drop it in the chat. Do you get Reiki certifications with Loom Light training? I do offer Reiki certifications. It is a different energy and a different modality, but I am a Reiki master of actually 4 different Reiki systems. And it's funny that you asked that. I'm running a special right now for winter enrollment. If you do sign up, you'll get a Reiki 1 certification included as well. So a few of my master teachers are really interested in also doing Reiki classes and attunement. So I figured that's a really cool way to get them some experience with that as well. So yes, you'll get both certifications if you enroll for a January or February or March class. Just like women, I do like the enrollments in classes and seasons because we have phases of our own cycles and seasons. So you'll notice that it's usually about 2-3 months of the season that the schedule comes out. Any other questions or sharings that you guys want to make? Also, if you guys are watching the replay, feel free to leave a comment or reach out to me after. Like I said, available via DM or email if you have something that you want to share. I love the feedback. All right. Well, this has been a beautiful experience for me. I hope the same for you. And like I mentioned, if you have any questions, let me know. If you are interested in enrolling, just reach out and I can give you the link to the full schedule of classes that are coming up and the code for the Reiki bonus